Evening, everyone. I apologize for the delay. I actually did do a video, but apparently I didn't go live. So here we are now once again. So I'm just going to repeat what I did. Happy Labor Day. I hope that you all are enjoying your Labor Day and the 3 day weekend, which is always nice. Everyone loves to be able to have a 3 day weekend. This evening, I wanted to be able to discuss a topic that I find very close to my heart: living with intention. I think that living with intention is probably one of the most beneficial things that we can do. In Omega, we talk about self-knowledge, self-awareness. So what's the point of me learning about myself if I don't practice and put it into play? So setting intention is very important. And I wanted to just take a moment and discuss a little bit about intention with you. So first thing I want to mention is, it's a little difficult to live with an intention and not go into, what's the word? Autopilot. So living with intention, just because I love being in intention and living with intention doesn't mean I do it all the time. I have caught myself so many times. Let's say I want to go to Facebook Marketplace, and I'm scrolling through Facebook, and there's a reel. Oh, look, there's a reel about orcas. So I click on the reel with the orcas. Oh, look, there's another person swimming with orcas, blah, blah, blah. And 3 hours later, I forgot why I picked up my phone. That's autopilot. That's a little annoying when you find yourself in autopilot. In the classroom, we talk about this also, is the idea that when you first learn how to drive, you got the death grip on the steering wheel, and you're kind of like this, tense shoulders, and you're supposed to turn the wheel and look to make sure nobody's in there. And when you turn, the whole car swerves because your death grip can be quite scary. But then, now as adults, we end up arriving at locations and don't know how we got there. Because it's autopilot. If it's, let's say you go to a job every day, it's the same thing. And when you get there, you kind of go, did I stop at that stop sign? Because we don't know. You're unaware. And that's what self-knowledge is all about: becoming aware of the things that I am unaware of. So that's on autopilot. Almost everybody understands what it's like to live autopilot. It's a routine, no awareness. We just, going through the rote every day, day in and day out. I came across this question earlier this afternoon. The question was, how often do we live by default instead of by design? And I love that. Setting our intention is like designing our lives, how we're going to show up. How do we want to show up? What is it that I wish to show up and present to the world? I think about intention and goals. Sometimes people get intentions and goals a little confused. Goals have an absolute outcome. My goal is to lose 30 pounds. My goal is to win the Powerball tonight. My goal is to, go to Maui. So that's a goal. Like, we have an actual outcome, something we're striving for. Intention is quite different. Intention is more like a compass. It helps us stay aligned with our goals, our daily choices, get them in alignment. That's the intentions. It's more about aligning our values as opposed to achievement. Intention is really not about achievement. It's about the practicality of what I'm doing. And I intend to be kind. I can intend to be compassionate. I can intend to be grateful or present in this day. I intend not to be reactive. Like, all of those could be setting my intention of how I'm showing up during the day. That's really the difference between intention and goals. So a person asked me, what's the point? Why should we set our intention? What's the point? Whether you make it or not make it, why have an intention? Well, that's a great question. When I think about intention and setting my intention, it actually gives me clarity of how I wish to be in life. in Omega, we learn about ourselves, self-knowledge. Oh, I become aware. Oh, I'm reactive, or I'm judgmental. My mind, I'm ripping people apart. Whatever the awareness that you have. Well, now that I have that, what do I do with it? Well, I set an intention, steer a course. This is the way I wish to go. I want to be in alignment with how I wish to be seen. It gives me more meaning in my life instead of just automatically like a robot autopilot every day. I have meaning in my life now. It can give me clarity as well, and even have a presence. One thing I loved about George, many of you never met him because he passed away in 2012, but that man had such intention. When you were with him, 100% he was on you, focused on you, nothing else around him. He gave you his entire focus and attention, and that gave him an incredible presence about him. There was something very noble, if I could use that word, about him. I love the idea of setting an intention of being present with whoever we're speaking with. This happens a lot when you're in the classroom. You have focus on the person that you're working with. If you're in a dyad, let's say, and your intention is to stay focused and help your buddy go through whatever it is that we're working on, whatever the activity is. So again, as I said, it matters because it builds clarity and presence for us. Autopilot, when you live with autopilot, you're reactive. You're rushed, unfulfilled even with autopilot. Most people get bored when they're on autopilot. What's the next thing? What's the next thing that's going to satisfy me? Moving on to the next thing. And it's just, existing. That's a great thought. It goes from existing to living. If you have intention, you are actually now aligning to living. It's being grounded. You're more mindful. Oh, and purpose. You have more purpose in your intentions when you're speaking, when you're doing. Your actions have intentions, has a purpose to it. So I like that connection there. I read a quote where it said, intention is the lens that sharpens the picture of life. I love that idea. You're not walking around fuzzy and blurry. You have clarity, which I think is a beautiful way to say that we have intention. So how do we set intention? There's practical ways that we can do this, very practical ways. In the morning, every morning, I'm aware that I've just said a number of times. My intention is to be aware of not to say The morning, a morning routine. I suggest doing a morning routine. Morning routines are very beneficial for us. I've been doing a morning routine 30 years. Get up in the morning. I have a meditation cushion at the end of this desk here. I sit down and I do a meditation, a couple of deep breaths. I do breathing exercises, do a small little meditation, and then I set my intention for the day. Today I will be more mindful. Today I will be compassionate. Or if I know that I've got a class or a meeting, or if I've got onboarding, today I'm going to be energetic. I'm going to be engaging. Today I'll remember to ask more questions than talk about myself. Those are all intentions. So you set your day for the intention. It's an easy enough thing to do. Morning, you can do this on the way to work as you're driving. Set your intention as you're driving to work. Then throughout the day, you can ask yourself reflective questions. I actually have an app that will remind me. It's How Are You Doing? I forgot the name of the app, but it'll chime in. I've got it set up to interrupt me 3 times a day just to remind me, how am I feeling? I think the app is actually called How Do You Feel? And it just has you check in. How are you feeling right now? And so what I usually do when that pops up, I'll say, okay, how am I doing on my intention? Do I remember my intention from the morning? And I can ask myself, how am I showing up? It's just nice little reminders throughout the day. Another wonderful thing is pragmatic pauses. I love the idea of a pragmatic pause. When teaching people how to speak in public, one of the things you mention is the pragmatic pause. It's the ability to stop and not have a run-on sentence. Ooh, I'm so sorry, I hit the microphone. It's the ability to stop and choose your words, to have clarity in your thinking so your words reflect your thoughts. That's intention. That's a pragmatic pause. So pausing. It's also pausing before you say yes or no, so that your yes or no isn't a quick little, or, you don't even know you say yes or no. Yeah, That's the idea of before you answer yes or no, it's having that pause. I also love the idea when somebody asks you how you're doing, don't just say, fine, and continue on, but say something. Today I'm feeling wonderful, or today I'm a little sad. Today I'm very happy. We have thunder showers. I love thunderstorms. But to be able to answer without the automatic response, that's the idea. We want to be able to engage in our lives. And that's the intention. It helps us with our engagement. Another nice thing to do is journal. Journal every night before you go to sleep. Or do an evening reflection. This is a very easy thing to do. Right before you lay down, sit on the edge of your bed and think, how am I doing on my intention for the day? And then work your way backwards from the moment you sat on the bed to what you did before, and retrace your life, retrace your steps all the way until the morning when you first woke up. And think about, how did you do on your intention? Now, this isn't to judge you. It's not to criticize. It's more for awareness. So, oh yeah, I did really good there. I missed it there. And the nice thing about this is, as you're doing that evening review and you catch yourself, oh, I reacted there. I should have been compassionate. I reacted there. Okay, next time I will remember to be responsive rather than reactive. So we can plant the seed of being aware. Again, we don't want to criticize ourselves, because what fun is that before you go to bed? That's not the idea. It's to be aware. Hey, I did really good and I did set my intention. Oh, I messed on that one, but that's okay. Next time, this is what I'm going to do. So again, it's the idea, you can even, if you want to journal, did I live intentionally today? And you can journal about it, or you could just do a quick little evening review. So as a recap, I just want to mention, intention transforms my life from a routine life to a meaningful life. So I would encourage you this week, sometime this week, think about it. What is your intention for the week? Pick an intention for tomorrow. When you first wake up in the morning, what's your intention? Pick an intention for the day. Today I will be conscious, or today I will be present. Today I will be compassionate. Or as I said, I've got onboarding. Today I'm going to be engaging. Today I will focus on gratitude. Whatever your intention is, just pick one and try it for a week. See if at the end of the week, if you feel more meaningful, if you feel more engaged in your life. Just give yourself an opportunity to try that out. Thank you for allowing me to talk about intention, as well as my delayed response on showing up. Now that I've got I think I figured out how to do this, so hopefully we're good to go. I also want to remind you that we do have another Omega 1 in October. It's at the end of October, so if you're interested, I think it is the quick little 24th, 25th, and the 26th, like my wall calendar. It's October 24th, 25th, and 26th. If you're interested, or if you know someone who is interested in registering, please head over to the website. Registration is now open. So thank you again for watching this video. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you next time round. Bye now.